No, I think we came out rather healthy, all things considered.
A day later, now that you kind of had a chance to digest what happened, the bad was, of course, how the offense played the first 3 quarters or so, or first half. What do you make of the resilience that this team showed and the defensive effort?
Yeah, we talk about playing the game for 60 minutes and or however long it takes, and I thought they found a way. Offensively, I would say I thought we moved the ball prior to those drives towards the back half of the third quarter and then the fourth quarter, but we shot ourselves in the foot with turnovers and penalties and costly penalties. So, but outside of that, I thought we moved the ball. So they hung with it, made some adjustments, and played good, sound football in the third and fourth quarter there.
Last week you had talked about wanting to see what the identity of the team would become as you got into the first week of the season. What did you learn about your team's identity after yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be defined as we move throughout the season here, Josh. With all due respect to your question, I think overall, I would say I wasn't necessarily surprised by the toughness, the mental toughness component of the football team. We've worked in that area. We've worked on situational football. It's showing up. I know Sal, I think, asked a question a few weeks ago. Maybe it was after the Detroit game or the Vikings game, and albeit it was preseason, we were seeing some signs of that. And my hope is that will continue to grow as we go through the season, and we'll be in more challenging situations. This week will be one, going to New York and another home opener. So, we've got a lot of work to do, but it was good to get a win, good to get it in front of a number of our fans that made the trip over to New York City there, so I really appreciate that.
In that sense, though, if you reflect back to a year, last year's season opener when things just simply unraveled, what did you learn about this team that did not unravel when times got tough?
Yeah, I mean, again, I go back to the DNA of our players, the DNA of our staff. We've been there before. I think you learn from some of the scars of the past as well, and you learn from previous experience. And so now that we've built some continuity within some of the players, with some of the staff as well, I think you build on those shared experiences.
Sean, where does that start, that mental toughness? Because it's year 3 for you. You're building a program, but you also have 23 new players, right? I mean, so you want to always do it, but not everybody's been here for 3 years. So where does that start to get to kind of where you are now?
Well, it starts with, my opinion, it starts with the DNA of the players we bring in, and the staff, right? With the people we've got in this building, highly competitive individuals, highly passionate, very passionate about what they do and how they do it, and a lot of pride in what they do. So not everything is always going to go our way, and I think that people, they take it to heart in terms of when things aren't going our way, and they try and find ways to figure it out and fix it. Which is, we want to be solution oriented, and we were in time yesterday. So.
Coach, 6 plays of 20 yards or more yesterday, not counting the one we got some penalty yardage tacked onto it. Just your thoughts about what that might be an early indication of what the offense might be capable of in terms of delivering a big play when you need it.
Yeah, John Brown, I thought, did a nice job yesterday, and he factored into some of those big plays. Devin and Josh obviously had a hand in some of those as well. So, but to have the protection up front, to be able to do some things in the run game, I thought the blend was good there in the second half, and so I just thought overall we showed some things, the ability to move the chains from a positive standpoint, and then the ability to create the chunk plays was good to see as well.
Would you like to settle on a player at right tackle, or is that rotation something that you could maybe do more of going forward?
Yeah, I think we'll settle when we feel like we need to settle on that. I like the competition. I like with the quality of the depth we have there with those guys that played yesterday, and in addition to some others, quite honestly. it's good to get those guys playing time. And, it afforded Cody an opportunity to watch from the sideline and see things from a different perspective, which, as we talked about, was scripted out. So that competition is good for us and will continue based on each game plan.
When you got a chance to look at the film, especially down the stretch, what jumped out at you about Ty's?
Yeah, I mean, Ty's an experienced player. I know he's played a lot of games and played a lot of snaps, and so it doesn't say a whole lot, but just really appreciate the way that he worked, the way that he helped Cody on the sideline, the way that he was able to communicate the looks that we were getting on the field, and when he was on the boundary with the coaches there, and so. Listen, like all of us, we've got a lot of work to do. Ty included, myself included, probably more than anybody. So, we go back to work, turn the page, and on to the Giants.
What's it like when the newcomers, some of the key players that you brought in free agency and even drafted, John Brown contributes as the guy you've wanted for 2 years. Devin Singletary, what glimpses do you see, and what does that make of some of the additions that you made this offseason?
Yeah, no, it's been good for us. It really has. I mean, again, you go back to not just adding players, but the right types of players, the right types of people to our players that were already here in house. And there is some new faces, as Sal mentioned. Some of the young faces, some of the new faces through veteran free agency with John Brown, and the list could go on there. And then the young guys that contributed yesterday, Devin Singletary, Dawson Knox, all these guys. I mean, around 20 or so reps, each of them, give or take there. So Tommy Sweeney had a catch. Dawson had a catch. Devin, made his first appearance in an NFL regular season game, and Cody Ford, Ed Oliver. So those are good moments for our young players, and as we continue to build this program to create a good, solid foundation.
Sean, what does it say about where Josh is in his development that you were comfortable enough opening the first game of his second season, throwing the ball 18 straight, or calling 18 straight pass plays, a handful of which were out of the no-huddle?
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to Josh's second year in the system and the continuity, that we have, and just the clarity with which I think he operates in terms of where he knows his guys are going to be, and there's a lot of guys out there that he trusts, and so. Look, we're not, again, a finished product, but we have to continue to grow that as well and be able to handle those situations, whether it's no huddle, whether it's taking the check downs, whether it's throwing the ball down the field. It's all part of being a complete offense.
Sean, with Andre Roberts getting about a full week of rest, what's the outlook on him this week?
Yeah, we'll see. Again, I haven't gotten the full report from the trainers yet today. But I know that he's heading in a good direction there. So,
Sean, after watching film, what are the early returns of the impact and all, or specifically for you guys on the edge?
Yeah, I thought overall the front as a group really played hard. I think they got there 4 times and affected the quarterback a number of other times. So it was a good start. Still, I think there's more in there. I think there's more in there for our team. And I think there's more in there for our defensive line, Ed included. So, but a good first game. I loved his effort. He looked like he tried to execute the game plan, which sometimes for young guys is hard to absorb all of that and plus play when somebody on the other side of them is trying to kick their tail there. So, but a good first step with many more steps ahead.
Sean, same question on Mitch Morris's first action. He obviously didn't play in the preseason.
Yeah, I think overall, we were able to see Mitch for ourselves as well, first time in a game setting for the most part, just in terms of playing with the guys around him, the chemistry, the communication. He had some nice blocks, I thought, in the run game, which helped spring some of our backs, or Josh one time in particular. And then just, again, the cohesiveness and the communication with the protection down the stretch there was important for us. Thought he did a nice job. You guys good?
Okay.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.